Billing it. However long it takes, man, I'll still be here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and stones, I'm calling them Jamie T. Up chasing coins like Sonic, could trust me, they don't sleep. Play my songs out of whip, she said keep that shit on repeat. Billing it, however long it takes, man, I'll still be here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and stones, I'm calling them Jamie T. Up chasing coins like Sonic, could trust me, they don't sleep. Play my songs out of whip, she said keep that shit on repeat. Billing it, however long it takes, man, I'll still be here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and stones.
Okay. So not sure I should speak in English or Vietnamese today, but since we have international friends, so maybe I speak in English. So if you guys have any Vietnamese understanding, just let me know. So hi everyone, it's Tu here. I'm from Origin Labs. We built Thesis.io. Last year we launched Asian.land, the first Asian launchpad on Solana, and we reached over 300 million cap and Solana. And actually, AI agents have become the very fancy things in crypto space, but nobody talking about how they become real useful instead of just farming on X. So hopefully today, I'm gonna share with you some of understanding about how AI is is still one of the most hype instead of X. So hopefully today, share with you some of understanding how AI is still one of the most hype instead of X. Wow. Hello. Okay. Yes, I think so Web2, I'm on TU CQH8, and I think the many people who building on software know that AI is a bunch of if, and I think that's there's no innovation there at all. So today agenda, I'm gonna try to show you guys about how the AI is thriving and how we can driving a lot of change in the software development and especially Web3 development with AI. And some a real working example that's can actually print money or can actually save your work. So yep, I want to be fast. I think product development is compounding complex because I remember when I was in software 15 years ago, there's only backend and there's no backend and front end. There's only developer. And now we have backend and front end. We have full stack. We have AI. We have data. We have many different roles. And with Web3, we have dashboard, explorers, subgraph, or a documentation. And I think on Web3, we have a lot of overloaded information. We have 70,000 cryptocurrency, 300 layer one. And I think Dune, Nakam, Nansen, etc. or tool like that. So it's really you can catch up to all the things on Web3. So kind of there's a lot of silo there where some people maybe elephant in the room deciding what we should to build, and remember just follow up them. Especially on DeFi, we have all the moving data. So what you see at the moment is expiring in next few minutes. Price rising and product changing every time. So I think product development now is quite complex, and if you follow the traditional way plan, do, check, act, you can't catch up with the trend, and you can't kind of follow the life of the market. So yeah, I think we have many things with the AI agents and AI stuff. I think you guys here all using ChatGPT, Claude, or Cursor, vibe coding stuff. But I think nobody have been talk about how we can actually faster the cycle of development. and how we can actually apply the data into LLM, and then how we can apply like a changing of the product. So I'm love to show you like how we have been doing and like actually changing the way we do the develop. So just to be share about Origin Labs, we have 60 developers and we ship every week. So kind of like we split them into kind of like a 20 to 10 teams, and each team ship every day, and every week we have big release. So kind of like how we do that if we don't have 10 product manager, if we don't have like a 10 QC on each team, purely dev. So that's what like we're gonna show you here. So first, like to understanding thesis is like a agentic DeFi research platform, blah 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 function. But like let's look into the demo here. So this is a simple demo like where you can see. Let me share that in the replay. So this is a simple demo about like one agent when run on thesis, how it look like. So kind of like you're gonna fetch 300 trading pools, getting the data, computing the information, do some calculation sheet, and then tell me which LP can return most significant outcome. And everything here happened in maybe like a few minutes. Actually, this is the faster one because the data has been faster, the process of querying data. So kind of like at the end of the report, you're gonna see like it's gonna suggest me, let me look at this. Like a farming USDC and USDS for 3 and 5%, or like a balancing the pair between SOL and stable pair, or like a splitting the aggressive with the meme. And what exactly meme here? It's like it's showing you exactly the number of the meme, like Fatcoin at the moment, like have 30 or 35% ILX risk, Bormare, Mu, WZone, etc. like that. All of the information here will be pulled by data, so it's not like randomly getting from like some random things on internet, but like it's pulling the price, pulling the code to execute like how we calculate that. So kind of like everything here has been using some technology, MCP, something like that. So it's aggregate all the information. So you don't have to Google it yourself. You don't have to check the 300 trading pools to, like catch up with the information. Everything you do have to get a prompt, and then it's getting you the information here to give you the big return. And I think like that is something quite of like interesting, because like if like let's think about the traditional way when you have to build a product on LP, you have to write the API yourself, you have to calculate the LP yourself, and you have to browsing all the DeFi protocol yourself. So imagine like there's some guy do that for you and then give you the information and you just need to make the decision. That's kind of something changed a lot. And I'm gonna show more demo on like a stable U, on like a alpha research, on like a market aggregation. So hope that can give you some insight about like how AI can actually change the way you work. So how that changed? So I think like if people here building software, you know that you have to do the discovery research, right? You have to go to the internet, do some Google, Telegram group or X. So you have to like finding some information you need to find. Maybe like you have no idea, but like just browsing X, and then it's gonna give you some alpha. And if you browse enough information, you go to ideation. Like you have to think, right? You have to think about like, hey, how many information I had, what I should build now, and how I can form that into some sort of design or software. And then I code, and then I growth, and then I do the execute. So kind of like that thing changed when you apply AI here. So can say like you continuing in my on social and trends and signal. So I'm gonna demo you like how to do that. It's like just go to here and then asking about social. And maybe like I don't have to write the token, but like let's say top positive, right? What people say. Oh, I'm sorry. Gonna have to change another bit. Let's say I want to get the X information. So I just want to get the X information here. So it's gonna browse the X, get all the people that are talking on X, and then get that data for me. The problem is because like some sort of like AI things here is already able to browse X and then do the work like you do, like open the X, browsing the web, search some content of things here. See, so kind of like a things gonna happen like you do, but like happen by a machine, not yourself. So people can kind of like you can actually aggregate that information without actually browsing X. That is, I think, like gets a lot of time consuming and give the change on like how to change that. So how actually like that's changed in some sort of like a meme play. So we have a product called LFG and we use AI research to do the AI pilot. So we run all the meme and all the social sentiment. And if you look into the return here, all the meme maybe go to down 99%. That is a game of the meme, we know that. But like on the research, how we find out. So on our result, like on median pick, we've been returned from thesis. It's returned like a 63% up since we listed after medium like a 22 hour. So if you get into the meme and you know all the X sentiment, you know all what KOL talking about, and you get into the game early. So mediumly return, you get about 60% in less than a day, and you out. So that because of the like the meme is like a brutal, but because like the winner never talk, the winner never share. But you're gonna see that's return here. So after about 3 months with over 100, nearly 100 meme we've been trying. So we kind of like a grab return. The pick is at 300%, and time to pick is maybe like hours, but normally like a 22 hours. So like if you get a signal from the thesis, if you able to craft a prompt and use thesis wise, you can research the right meme and get the right alpha with the market. So this is actually the real number, and we listed that since 20 since for I mean like since April until now, yeah, we stopped it in August because we see something. So we can understand that like alpha is there, knowledge is there, but Web3 is just flooded with information. So nobody able to consume this huge amount of information. So AI actually get you that return. So we have a lot of people that make money and they never share. They just use the product and they never share about like how I can craft the meme, how I can change that. But imagine if you do the research for 100 meme and return this result, how many researchers you need on your team? How many times you have to browse X? You have to check the token scan, check the GMGN, check the like AVO, whatever tool platform you have to do. And I think like that is changing a lot in my perspective because AI actually is a real powerful thing because it doesn't sleep. So that is like some result that we've been working on, and that's why we're very like exciting about the future. And if we even have a vote, I can share that here. But like actually, you see that's like if we can share you the alpha, so we have to make the money out of it. So yeah, that is like something we've been building. And I think like with that, you can see that's like the whole product development era, from like a plan, do, check, act, come to discovery, ideation, design, develop, integration, and like autonomous execution are changed with the power of AI. And like how you can catch up AI is something like I want to walk through an example here, and I'm going to show you the example. Like the intent, when you start working with like an idea of Web3, like you want to make money, right? You want to kind of like have something in return to get user to do the payment on blockchain. So the idea can be like a stable coin vault that make the return much more. So like Camino, Jupiter offer the lending 8%, 9% every change in every hour. So kind of like you want to have an idea about like checking the LP, checking the lending every hour. And if something bigger than other, you move money over there. The fee is so small, right? So you don't have to worry about that. So that's with that intent, you work on the idea about like something never sleep, something just do it for me with reasoning. I'm gonna share about the question about difference between agent and bot later. But like with that idea, you can kind of like have some like a robot just work for you, and they just do that. And with the ideation, you have to think about like how you can design a strategy, how you can simulate the problem of the moving money and then with the LP differently, and you design that. The only things is hard and normally going to depend on a lot on the builder is about the depth, the launch, and the autonomous move, because that's all the part of code execution. So if you do with the AI, the execution normally have to be on your own, because it's about the money. So you can actually, I want to say you can't trust AI to put money for you, because sometimes it can randomly put the wrong number or put the wrong address. So that's going to be something I use X here because I want to make sure you guys know that is the tricky part. And if you look into that, I put the green and the X here because all the green part can be done by Thesis. And how that can be done? Let me show you an example about this. So now I want to know about I have $10,000 and I want to have 3 different ways to invest into Solana. So again, it's just browse all the X for me, browse the information. I want to skip the result. And you're gonna see that is Solana now is 2023. Yes, the price actually we look into the critical the price. The report just sent it on this morning, so I think it doesn't change so much. Yep, they're very close. Let's see another information about Raydium. So Raydium stablecoin is 2 to 4%. Raydium stable. Yep, 5%. So kind of you can see all the information is captured online and real time. So all the thing you get is what happening at the moment. So it's not about I'm trying to catch that. I'm trying to kind of store that in some persistent cache, but it's about leaving a bot to the internet and it's go around internet and get the information for me. So kind of you get the basic you want for the information you need to make a decision. So by that, I can kind of understand I'm gonna have the strategy to put money on different way. So I have Raydium 3%, I have Camino 5.5% on stable, I have a Marinette or MZone 8.8%. So kind of it's giving me a strategy. So imagine this is a brain. So every hour I just need to check this brain, and then I have a different ratio, and I just need to move money around. So it's gonna give me the result much more bigger than I put that alone in some particular pool, something like that. And yeah, you can make that much more complex by using a much more complex prompt instead of coding. I want to be clear about here, you don't have to code that, you don't have to have writing Python or TypeScript, etc. It's just about clarifying the flow you want to have. You want to only farming to pools that's over 200k TVL, and you only care about API more than 5%, and you don't care about the blockchain. So again, it's gonna browsing DeFi Llama, it's gonna browsing the Raydium, browsing the pool that you have, and then give you the most a maximum you can earn. So imagine you have to do that yourself. Go to DeFi Llama, go to Morpho, go to Camino yourself, and collect that information yourself. It's time consuming, and here's it's all the information is ready. So that's what I want to say about everything gonna be supported by an agent, by a platform that aggregate all the data. The problem is just about how you're gonna execute that into the real activity. That's I'm gonna share later that. But before going into that, the real activity of the product, I want to highlight about the risks of working with AI. So I think AI doesn't mean to change or replace a human, but actually it makes the whole shit a 10x. Because if you look into my example before, I know how to prompt like that. I know much more about the domain, and you can see the example before is about a normie. They only know to prompt like this. So the more prompting, the more detail, the more precise, the more domain you get into the game, the much faster you're able to consuming the information. And I hope that give you understanding about the barrier of entering into the AI and crypto is still very high because not many people know how to type what they think. Because like they may have a lot of thinking, but they may not able to type that out. So on the AI things, like we have a lot of problem and risks is a model hallucination. Yeah, you need to have data. So thesis, I don't know how to show it off, but I think like I have a very interesting number to show. It's about like how we cover the information of thesis is this. Yep. Yeah, we have covered over like a 95% sex index data. So kind of like we have a lot of information from the data of DeFi. We also have many information about like X. We call over 200 million X account, and we track 200, not really 200, it's 170k KOL with over 5,000 followers. So kind of like all the alpha, all the people who marketing on X, and with the price action, we can spot that differently. So data is one of the way we prevent the model hallucination. Automation, MiFi, explainability, and security is all need human. That's one thing I want people to understand when you're building with AI or you want to build with AI in crypto. It's about like the cost of change. You here using vibe coding, you here using cursor or augment code, and you can just let the agent code for you because the cost is cheap. Because if it's like code like shit, you can just undo that or revert or you do the git commit, right? But like on executing with the money, with like execution of the contract, you normally don't allow agent to do it everything. So you have to have the human in the loop about whenever it makes the execution, you have to check it yourself. For example, like we have building some agent on X here, not Telegram here. I want to show you is let me find that. Where is it? Here, like name today. Oh, sorry. Yep. So something like that. So it's actually will run a deep research like I showed you previously on thesis. It's gonna browsing X, viewing market data, whale activity, scaling like that, because this is packaged in the prompt. So when the result return, you normally will do the buy sell yourself. That is much more convenient and safe when you kind of like do the audit yourself with the AI result. Yeah, and I think like there's many things we can talk about that, but like I'm gonna leave because here mostly you are builders, so I'm gonna leave you guys for the creativity on questioning later about like what are limiting you guys on that, because like I'm happy to address that. I'm a dev myself, and we've been building that from like the last 6 months, so I understand about like the challenge and the risk on the dev technical perspective. So happy to clarify, and especially on business as well. So yeah, something like I want to highlight on the future here, because last week I was in KBW, Korean Blockchain Week. There's 3 topics that people are talking about. One is stablecoin, 2 is regulation, I think, and the 3 is AI. I think like the only things like that's exciting people on the innovation here in the Web3 is now AI, because nobody is a winner. We have Near, we have Solana AI SDK, we have many SDK. We have a lot of SDK, but we have no working product. I mean, like the landscape is huge, and people are still pivoting. So the future is very bright. So I just want to say about like you can try that, because like normal software will rely on human, but this kind of software rely on data. So data change, software change dynamically. So that's very interesting to see. And especially like we are on Solana stuff. So I want to share about like a Colosseum request for products. At least 3 or 4 of them are like related to AI agent and can be built with AI agent. That is something like a very different. On previously, we only have requests for like wallet, DAO, or some kind of like a funding, something like that. But here is purely on something that should be automated and ship and forget. So I think like that is something interesting. Yes, I hope you guys to find out. Yep, key takeaway. Yeah, AI agent is no longer sci-fi. It's the real things now. Many people are trying and building in AI and no winner yet. So kind of like you need AI agent. You need some sort of AI to speed up because you young, but like some old guys smarter than you. And if they only smarter than you, that's fair. But they also have AI that speed them up. So kind of like in order to catch up with the phase of development, you have AI. You have to need AI. Tools like in agent data, domain data, gonna change the things a lot. If you look into, I mean, like last yesterday, right? OpenAI released Agent Builder, so kind of like you're gonna queue a lot of AI agent protocols. But again, this is something on domain specific. So kind of like thinking, some guys from Google may not know Web3 better than you, right? They know infra, they know shit like that, but they may not know the domain, deep domain, like you guys are building. So I hope that like if you go onto the strategic domain things, you can actually try something out. Yeah, and I think like for the last is the call to action. Again, the barrier of entry on the AI and crypto is very high. You have to be with AI, you have to know data, you have to know crypto domain. So get your hands dirty, know how to prompt, know how to write something on your head into some type of text, because that's what we call documentation, what we call like a user requirement document, something like that. Many people may not know that. They only think they can type. So if you can't type, you can't have a robot to support you. And check out the prompt, the MCP, the RAG, the data management, the data infrastructure. That's gonna be helpful a lot. Solana, I think like never have a very well indexer like software. They still evolving, and I'm thinking like with software like well, that's why like the data is very crucial, and because it's hard, so not many people are getting into the game. So I hope that like if you get your hands dirty on AI things, you're gonna see something more interesting, and you can actually leverage AI into the game. And I think like the last I want again like showing the example of I have made here. So maybe that's give you some interesting idea. So like yeah, I do a research. I keep maybe like a. Let me try to rerun it so people can see. Like I do a quick research on MegaTrade now. So I want to know who are top Bitcoin whale trader on Hyperliquid, and then AI just get it for me in 7 days, in maybe like a few minutes. So when I check in a wallet, like this wallet here, it actually like have the real money here. So it have like a 100 million position, and 100 million is right here. Okay, the price change in few seconds, that's fair. But the point I want to make here is like I can do this research in 2 minutes. And when if you guys do that longer than me, you are slower in the game. So I want to say about like AI gonna speed up everything, and you just need to get better with it. Okay. And I think like I have some common question here, but like maybe like I'm gonna leave you guys for Q&A first, and then I can come with it later. So thank you. Yeah. Do you have any question about AI and crypto shit? So I'm happy to address. Actually, like we using multiple chain explorer. So we have SoulScan on Solana. We also have Arbitrum, Hyperliquid, EVM, etc. Yep. Actually, like the frequency is in seconds. Like we not just indexing ourselves, we indexing on some particular YAP on our use case. We also work with Explorer to access the database and the API. So that's make it much more simple for us. The more people use, the more cache we're able to get, and the faster on the next time. So that's why you see the results very quickly. Everything I think like we can say real time because it changed right after I have that. So it's kind of like maybe like we can say a guarantee about like 10 or 15 seconds. So kind of like you get what you do, like you search. So that's what I can guarantee. Any further question? Let me see if I have the example of X running working well. So yep, here you see like you remember the last time I run this, like analyzing recent posts about like what bullish, what bearish people running on. So it can run through the X. So it's gonna browsing the X for me. See, like what people are talking about, what people are prompting, and then I can also like have another analytics like that. So by January, I can get like a option trader up or down. So we have crypto news Z. He posted on X a news, yeah, yesterday. So kind of like a preparation. Yep. And ZRFi Q4 has a lot of like there we have like a Dusty BC very high engagement XRP analysis yesterday, and we know that XRP have some problem yesterday, right? And like a poor price, yeah, something like that. So imagine like you can actually have a lot of potential on browsing the information, not by yourself, not just with browser, with on-chain data, off-chain data, social, DeFi. It's all matter with the prompt, your guidance. So yeah, I think the matter of indexing like that is very domain specific, and that's why we are very confident on Web3 era. Not like a Perplexity, OpenAI, because on Web3, the more data we have, the more AI driving with the like Web3, the more confident the product we can drive. So I hope that you guys have understanding about that. Maybe like I'm gonna have jump to one question or common question here, because I just want to make sure you guys understand something not from internet because I see a lot of people being confusing. So what difference between agents and bot and workflow? Because many people misunderstand that. So I'm gonna finish that quickly. So agents doing something, you don't know how it do that. You just get the result. So it's a non-deterministic result. Like you ask a robot to get you a cup of coffee. You don't know how it get the coffee. You don't know how it's burn the coffee and then get you the coffee. It just get you the coffee. Workflow is something about like you tell it get the coffee at the shop, what shop, get money from where, and then buy that on what time, and then it get you the coffee. And bot is very different, but actually it's more about like handy tools. So bot is like a purely workflow, and it do what you instruct. Like I want you to swap Bitcoin when the RSI below maybe like a 70, and it will always do that. Every time Bitcoin go from 69 to 71 and right 1 second go to 69, it's gonna swap. It doesn't think, it just do. So agent has reasoning, agent has some thinking and have some on thoughts. Bot and workflow, they just do what you said. Yep. So I think like that's all. I hope that you guys have the basic understanding about like AI and agent on Web3, and you can leverage that into product, and we can see much more startup, much more products that in Web3 by applying AI. Thank you.